Lemon Anderson is the speaker of my chosen TED presentation. The name of the presentation is Please Don't Take My Air Jordans. The main point of the speech is to teach people how to love poetry. As Mr. Anderson says in the presentation, and I quote, "If they love me, then they'll love my work. And if they love my work, then they'll love poetry." It was not an easy task deciding upon or even finding Mr. Lemon's presentation. But as I browsed through the TED presentations, I passed by several that caught my attention and others that I didn't even notice. Then I noticed a man standing on stage who looked like a casual person instead of someone trying to sell an idea that I didn't want to buy. Excuse me. I wasn't sure exactly how Mr. Anderson was going to capture my attention, but I was about to find out. I clicked on the presentation and my mind was blown away. I was hooked. Lemon Anderson followed the TED 10 Commandments. There were two that stood out to me equally. He gave the audience his passion for poetry, and he told a story with it. He made people understand that learning to love poetry is a journey, not something easily taught. Learning your craft, whether it's poetry or music, comes with time, and it comes with pursuing what is in you that loves it in the first place. Knowing what it is you're interested in is one thing. It's just half the battle of mastering it. Lemon Anderson followed Nancy Duarte's sparkline structure in the book by following the push and pull method. He pushed his audience away from the what is aspect to the what could be, and then pulled them back in again. There was a beginning, middle, and end to his story. He ranged his message from opening with a poem to helping people understand his journey of learning to love poetry, which is ultimately his goal for others, and then ended with another poem, really about himself and the end of his journey. It was the realization that he had accomplished his own love for poetry. To me, this was the star moment. According to Alex Rister's blog, Creating Communication, Garner Reynolds' guidelines were followed by Lemon Anderson. Mr. Anderson's delivery was very well presented. He was himself throughout the entire presentation. He never tried to present his ideas in a way that was unnatural. He came out as himself. He presented his ideas on poetry as himself, and he left the stage as himself. He looked very comfortable, and he knew that as long as there was nothing in the way of him being anything or anybody other than that, then his message would come across successfully, and he wouldn't have to memorize anything. All he needed to do was tell a story, and that's exactly what he did. During my Pecha Kucha presentation, I'll remember to use visual aids with my verbal content. I understand that some people are able to tell their stories without them, but I'm a visual person, and I need something that will really resonate with me and help me understand what I'm watching. I want the same for my audience. I think that with all of these measures taken, my delivery will be a success.